Hello. Hi guys. It's been a while since I went live, let alone in English. So we may be a bit rusty. Hello, my dear.
Hello.
Good evening.
How are you?
So guys, good. How are you?
Fine. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you just fine. Yeah. So guys, today we're going to talk about Reiki. I've been wanting to do it for so long, and I want to introduce you my wonderful teacher, my mentor, and I'm humbled to say also a friend, Xenia Ameixa. She's a Reiki master and teacher with over 20 years experience, and she's such a beautiful soul. So guys, if you are based in Dubai, I would highly recommend getting in touch with her, because really your life will change. I know that because I'm speaking from the first-hand experience. And today Xenia and I are going to talk about Reiki, what exactly it is, because to be honest with you, I didn't know anything about it until I met you last year, exactly 1 year ago. So I'm sure many people may not be that familiar with this modality, and they deserve to know more, right?
Yes.
So welcome everyone. Please feel free to send your questions. We'll answer them in the meantime. So, my dear, how are you? This is your first live?
Yes, my first one. Yes. Yes.
Something to celebrate. I'll be honest with you. I love doing that to people, dragging them into their first live broadcasts, because I know how hard it is, and I know that once you do it once, it's fine. You then go with the flow and you get used to it.
Yes.
So this is just a conversation of two friends over a cup of coffee, but we're gonna talk about Reiki, and obviously I know stuff about Reiki because you taught me last year, which I'm indefinitely grateful for. But since many people may not know, can you just tell us a little bit how Reiki came into your life, how you found out about it, and how you became a Reikian yourself?
Yes. As you know, Zara, because I told you before, my grandmother was a medium. Okay, so this spirituality stuff and modalities and environment, I can say that I grew up inside of this. I met Reiki and all started with my mother, because my mother, we are from Portugal. She gathered 3 or 4 friends, and they bought some ticket to this lady, Japanese master and teacher of Reiki. They paid the ticket so that they could learn Reiki, And after my mother learned Reiki, she asked me, listen, do you want to learn also? Because I think for you, it will be the best tool. As I can see, you are spiritual also. And it was about almost 25 years ago, So I met Reiki for the first time almost 25 years ago. It took 10 years from that year. It took 10 years for me to practice. During 10 years, I practiced on myself, my kids, and with others during 10 long years. After 10 years, I realized that maybe people should have this tool for their own, because I didn't want that relation of people depending on you and they always coming to you with their problems and issues. It's not about, it's a dependent relation, and yes. I said to myself, no, it's time for me to start teaching. 13 years ago, I graduated in Master and Teacher of Reiki, And once I beginning to teach, I never stopped. So that's how I met Reiki, and how I came into this world, you know, of Reiki, energy healing, and I never stopped.
So, Xenia, for those of people who would be joining us now, or maybe watching this video later, what exactly is Reiki?
If I told you that Reiki is energy healing, it looks like it's not enough to describe, you know. I think Reiki, it's the energy that all of us have inside, you know. It's like a lamp. Now, for those who don't have Reiki, their lamps are turned off. With the attunement of the master, the lamp will turn on and the light will shine and shine even brighter, you know. Everyone has Reiki. Reiki, it comes from a Japanese word, which means universal life force energy. So it's not your energy, it's your connection with the source, you know. You are only a channel. And that's why I'm saying that you have this lamp inside of you. But the lamp is turned off. Once you meet the master of Reiki and the master of Reiki attune you, you have this light and the Reiki is on, you know? That's Reiki. We all have Reiki. Reiki is energy, you know?
Yeah, I absolutely love that metaphor. I think it's so beautiful when you brought up the lamp. So when you say, when you meet a master and get attuned, do you mean when you become a Reiki practitioner yourself, or when you just come for a Reiki session as a client?
No, not a Reiki session. You must be attuned on a class. You must learn Reiki level 1. On Reiki level 1, you be Reikian, you know, not a practitioner, only on level 2. Reiki level 1, you meet the person who is able to attune you, to turn on the light, because there's a process that we must respect regarding the energy of the person or the student and the source, you know. The master will turn you on and connect you to the source. If you go to a session, you simply receive the energy healing only. You cannot use it for yourself. It's still, you know what I mean? You have the lamp turned off.
Yes, so let's talk. Let's divide this in in two compartments, right? So let's discuss the sessions first. So for someone who just comes as a client for a Reiki session, what are the benefits of such sessions? What kind of issues people can come with for a Reiki healing? What would a Reiki session help them with?
Everybody knows at the moment that we are not only this physical body. We have a lot of different bodies. So Reiki acts on different kinds of bodies, you know, your physical body, mental body, emotional body, and spiritual body. A person who comes to a session complaining about some injuries or some problems in a physical body, when the person receives Reiki, Reiki will flow through all the levels, even those levels that the person doesn't know. But she's coming to you to receive the Reiki session to relieve some pain and to get more relaxed. But she doesn't know, even the practitioner most of the time doesn't know, you know, because Reiki flows wherever the person needs. So if you have any kind of physical problem or issue, Reiki will help you definitely, improving your well-being, relaxation, state of meditation. But if you have also some kind of energetic issues or emotional issues, Reiki acts deeply, deeply, deeply on those issues.
So say if I have a relationship issue, will a Reiki session help me?
There are different things here. Reiki will not help you with your boyfriend, will not help the relationship itself, you know. It will help you in the areas that you are more fragile, you know, that you are more underactivated. Listen, we have different chakras. If you were born with some issue of abandon, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You grow with fear, you grow with insecurity, anxiety, and Reiki will help you on your issues, not on the issues of your boyfriend. It's
of course
for the person, you know. But yes, definitely, because you are a social being. So everything that is wrong with you must be healed. And so the benefits will be extended to all the areas of your life.
It's like with any therapy. I mean, if you go for a psychotherapy or hypnotherapy, you can only work on yourself. You can't work on someone else. No matter what issue you bring on the table, the healing starts from you, of course.
Yes. But
and if
this is different. Sorry, Zara, Reiki is different. Because
let's talk about it. How is it different? Because I'm sure many of people have this question now. What's the difference between Reiki, massage, and hypnotherapy?
Yes. Hypnotherapy, like you are hypnotherapist, yes. You know that when you are with a person, you have limits, right? You have the limits that the person allows you to.
Of course, yeah.
And what can you solve, or what can you treat or heal during a hypnotherapist session? Physical problems? Physical problems?
Yeah.
Tissues and bones and everything?
Yes.
But you have to do it with several sessions, yes?
Or absolutely. In one session? Yeah, I mean, it depends. It depends, but usually it really depends. Sometimes it's just one session. Sometimes it may take a few sessions, of course, depending how many. Yeah.
Yes, and the person must be collaborating with you, right?
Yeah, they must be open to an idea that we're using hypnosis as a tool to tap into their subconscious mind. Of course, if they are, they need to be open to it. If they're self-sabotaging, if they are not ready to it, then it won't work, of course.
But it's a dialogue, yes. What I mean is the client has at a certain part an active role in the session, yes?
Yeah, in a sense, there is a dialogue.
Yes, I'm saying this why? Because most of the times people, not Reikians, okay? Not only people who come and looking for a Reiki session. Most of the times people don't know what they will expect, or most of the times they are not active at the session. They used to lay down on the floor on a bed massage and they relax, and Reiki does all the work, you know. And the practitioner is only the channel, is guided to place the hands, because Reiki goes through the hands, in a distance of the body, you know. And most of the times practitioners don't know exactly what's the point and what do they need to heal. It's all natural, and Reiki flows whenever and somehow the quantity that the person needs. Do you know what I mean? So in the case of hypnotherapy, listen, I can study hypnotherapy, but do I need to do it? Do I have to do it every day to heal myself in my daily basis? You know, if you have Reiki, you can do it every day. Every day you are balancing your chakras, you are cleaning your bodies, mental, physical, energetical, you know, it's different tools. So you can use in hypnotherapy Reiki. you know, you
Yes,
can combine
definitely.
it.
Yes.
There are different tools, because with Reiki, you only have energy, that's all. With hypnotherapy, you go deep inside the mind and subconscious and other levels, you know, but it is a work, active work, you know, of the
Yes, it is. It is
hypnotherapist.
definitely active work by the client, and we're there just to guide them. Whereas in Reiki, obviously the client just comes, and most of the times clients just, you know, they drift away, they sleep throughout the entire session, and it's so nice and so relaxing. You know, no discomfort whatsoever. So that's definitely one of the key differences. But also when it comes to so another difference, I guess, to sum up, is that the client doesn't even have to know what the issue is. Or
Yes.
if the client comes with a certain issue, Reiki energy will know where to go to fix it, and fix maybe something else that the client is not aware of, which
Immediately.
is... Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And maybe a client doesn't want to speak at all about anything. Maybe it's a private issue, intimacy, deep, hidden, you know. So it doesn't matter, because practitioner is only a channel, and his mission is to let it flow, and Reiki will do his work, you know.
So, for example, because you and I, we are doing the abundance workshop next week, exactly in 1 week on 24th of March. And that's going to be an abundance and prosperity workshop. And we are assuming that obviously people who would come attend that workshop would come with this idea in their mind, meaning that they want to have more money, they want to, you know, invite money to come freely into their life, right? And which means that they don't necessarily know what exactly the issue is, but the Reiki...
They don't have to expose themselves to the
Exactly.
practitioner. That's the point. It's so interesting, you know. They don't need to expose nothing, because we already know, as a practitioners, me and you, because we were attuned to it. Our intuition is wide open to understand, but they don't have to expose themselves. Imagine that we have 10 people, group of 10 people. You and I, we are giving Reiki to each person. We don't say how are we going to do it, but we are going to do it both, okay? We don't have to know the issue of the person, the problem, the anxiety, the dreams. We are only channels, and both of us, we have Reiki, and Reiki will do what necessary, even go through and to some points that both of us, we don't know.
Yeah, and the client doesn't have to know, because sometimes the issues may be with ancestral programs, or, you know, if you
Right.
believe in past lives programs, right? But the Reiki will still go and heal it. So in that sense, it's absolutely beautiful. If you come to that workshop, it means that you know, you have a certain intention probably, and whatever it is, whatever kind of healing you need, the Reiki energy will do its job while you're just relaxing, lying there, relaxing, and enjoying yourself, basically.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
the beauty of it.
Yes.
So,
Definitely.
Xenia, you've been practicing it for, as you mentioned, for almost 25 years. And I'm sure there must be some fascinating stories with clients coming to you with certain issues. And maybe, you know, after a few Reiki sessions, how their life has dramatically changed. Can you share a few stories like that?
Yes, I will share one, but it's mine, okay? I prefer to share one of mine, because I have a lot of personal stories and validations through the years, and even with my kids and my husband and my family. But there's one particularly event in my life. It was when I had my fourth baby. She was premature, and she was taken off of my belly dead. And the doctor said to me, you must say goodbye, there's nothing to do. And I woke up from a general anesthesia, and I had only the strength to look at that baby and to send Reiki, because as you learn Reiki, you know that you can send distance healing. And I sent Reiki and said to my husband, please tell my mother to talk with everyone to send Reiki at this moment. And somehow the baby, after a long period, because she was dead, effectively she was dead, she started to cry. And then the doctors brought her to this, how do you call it, this place where they're incube,
yeah,
where
I
the
see you.
prematures.
Intensive care unit. Yeah.
Yes, and she was all connected, and the doctor said, don't have any hopes, because she won't resist. So, and after 10 hours, they called me. They went upstairs and they said, you can go downstairs and see your child. And the day before, she went off of that intensive care unit, you know, because I know that my mother and all the people that she found, they sent Reiki healing,
Great.
you know. And for me, that was the validation that it really, really works, you know. It's not about faith. Reiki doesn't have to be nothing with religion, nothing
Yeah.
with politics, nothing. It's universal energy only. You can believe in one God, you cannot believe in anyone, but Reiki, it's there, you know. This is one moment. Another one that I have, I was in Lisbon. I was at the college, university. I was 20, 20 years, 20, 23, 24. And then Lisbon has a huge traffic. And a car hit on a man. And the man flew on the air and hit with his head on the floor. And I was in a long distance, you know, and immediately I thought, no, I'm going to send Reiki. And I stood there. I sent Reiki immediately. I don't know what happened. I just remember the man. He raised his head, looked at me, and said, and it was alive, because I could hear that people and the doctors and the nurses were saying, no, he's dead, he's dead, he's dead. But suddenly, I don't know why they couldn't touch him. I don't know, because something, it seems like everything stopped, you know, as I was sending Reiki. And then he raised his head and gave me like this, and he was alive. So I have a lot of experiences regarding my clients and my students.
And your daughter is, how old is she now? 13, 14 years old?
15.
15. Well,
15.
Guys, this is like, you know, I've heard this story before, but even now listening to you telling the story, you want to become a Reikian because you really want to become a miracle worker, you know, hearing all the stories, even if, you know, not for a stranger, but for yourself, for your family, because now let's talk about now. So we covered the client part, right? So anyone with any issue, not even realizing what kind of issue it is, not even verbalizing that issue to the therapist, you can come for a Reiki session, just relax, lie there, relax, and the therapist as a channel will do the work. And exactly, you know, I usually bring up this example whenever people say, oh, you know, I don't believe in this and that. I tell them, look, you don't have to see something to believe in it. You don't see radio waves or you don't see Wi-Fi. Nevertheless, we use internet, we use radio, and it's there, right? Because it's just there. It's the same with energy. Energy is all over the place. We are energy. We're just particles of energy. So, of course, if there is someone who can put your little particles together in the right order, fix you a little bit, you know, tune you a little bit up, that will definitely dramatically improve your life. So, but when it comes to becoming a Reiki, learning a Reiki, can you talk a little bit more about that? Who can come and learn to become a Reikian? Does it have to be a new profession? Do people need to quit their jobs, corporate jobs, or if there are a home taker, can they become a Reikian?
Everyone can become a Reikian, you know, everyone. The most beautiful thing that I see when people meet me and ask me, listen, can you teach me? For me, it's a relief, because I know that that person won't depend on me, and that person will depend on themselves, you know? Because once you become a Reikian, you have the tools to every day start a journey of self-healing every day, because there's no one in the world that have all the chakras balanced and lined up, you know, every day, because of the environment, the pollution, the wars, the criticism, the fights, everyone. Every day, at the end of the day, you have one of your chakras underactivated, overactivated. You need to be careful. You need to take care of your energetic body, emotional body, mental body, as you take care of your physical body. So
if you do that,
yes, you have to do it. You have to do it. Otherwise, the physical issues become harder and harder, and becoming diseases that you cannot do anything about it. With Reiki, as you are balancing every day with your self-treatments, all of your bodies, you can avoid tremendous, you know, you can avoid certain disease, because you go so deep. You can reach, even with certain symbols, you can reach past lives to start healing some vibration and some pattern that you brought to this life, you know? Because Reiki has no time and space. You can reach the past, the present, and your future, because you are taking care of your whole body. So you are preparing yourself for the next life. As you are taking off the weight of other lives, you are preparing yourself for the next life. So why don't you become Reiki as yourself? You know, why should you go every time to a practitioner? I don't say that you shouldn't go once a year, twice a year to someone that is upgraded, you know? But in your daily basis, you should have these tools, because once you are attuned to Reiki, you become Reiki forever. The light doesn't turn off, even if you don't practice, you know? The light is there.
Yes, because you know I've been worried about that, whether my light is off, because I've been out of practice for some time. Nevertheless, I remember very vividly that during summer, around August, I wasn't feeling that well, and because I got my second jab of the vaccine, and I just did Reiki on myself. I gave myself Reiki, and it was a massive relief. I'm certain that if it wasn't for the tools that I had in my little toolbox, my virtual little toolbox, it would have been much more difficult to go through it. And I guess, you know, during this turbulent times, because many of us go through a lot of different emotional stages right now because of the war that's happening, and Reiki can definitely put you in balance. I'm not saying this. Yeah,
I'm always sending Reiki to those countries. I'm not sending Reiki every day only to one country, because we don't know the dynamic of each country. We cannot judge. We only have to send Reiki, you know, to the countries involved. You know what I mean? So, as I said, Reiki doesn't have anything to do with religion, with politics, with gender, you know. So in Portugal, I used to teach kids to become a Reikian. And what I do is,
How young?
how young? Since
Yes.
5 years, you know,
Wow.
5 years old. And I have this workshop with some activities. And when I attune children, I attune in a different way, but I ask them to be with their eyes closed. And then after the attunement, I ask them to draw something. Can you believe, Zara, that they draw exactly what I did and what I saw at the attunement? And the children draw what I saw, what I did, and I know that there was a connection. And at the end of workshop, I give to each children, how do you call it, the recipient where the plant is? Do you know?
Where what is?
The recipient where you put the seed to grow a plant.
Like the earth? You mean the pot?
Yes, the
Okay.
pot. Yes, I give to each one a pot with the seed, and I said to them, you must do 21 days of self-treatment. Yes, but I don't ask this to the children because it is too much. So I say to them, during 21 days, do a treatment to the plant and see how it goes. And they stay 21 days giving Reiki, and the plant grows and grows and grows and grows, you know? So the children are open to this because they give each other Reiki, they play, but it's because you asked if anyone can learn Reiki. Yes, even the kids. And it's good for their anxiety at school, because they have lots of belly problems, you know, stomach, because they are nervous, and it calms down. And the kids, you know, they have this capability of seeing another dimension until 7 years. And they sometimes they are afraid of the night and sleeping, you know, and it relieves a lot. So it's
okay. So you've just given me another way to apply Reiki. I'm just gonna go after we finish. I'm just gonna go and give some Reiki to my plants, my avocados, because they haven't been feeling very you know, well recently. So that's another application of Reiki. I love that. Yeah. Well, that's an amazing story. I think, you know, I would love to see, for example, my almost 5 years old nephew going through the attunement. I'm sure it's something unbelievable to see.
Yes, it is.
Okay, and your courses, they are happening soon. So guys, if you're based in Dubai and you wanna you know, become a Reiki, I highly recommend it. My life literally changed last year because it was one thing after another. But Reiki was that point when after we got the first initiation, the first level of Reiki, everything else fell into place. Everything else. So I highly recommend. By the way, it doesn't matter whether you're a girl or a boy. Anyone can become a Reiki. It's just something. It's like having, you know, what's it called? The first aid kit.
Yes.
That you carry with you anytime.
Yes. Yes. Perfect.
And yes. I have a confession to make. There was once, you know, after the first, or maybe it was second level, I was traveling, and there was a lady with a, you know, very small child, like a few months child, and he wouldn't stop crying on the plane. And I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna go crazy if he's gonna cry, you know, throughout the entire plane. So I just did it. I gave him some Reiki, and it was, because what else could I do? You know, it's a small baby. Mom cannot do anything about him crying. Obviously, they are uncomfortable on the plane. So 5 minutes later, he was peacefully asleep. So that's
Yes.
another reason for you to learn this beautiful, I don't know, a technique. You can't even call it technique. It's just a craft, I would say, a talent.
It's just you.
Yeah.
No, it's just you. It's you allowing to be yourself, an energetic human being, you know? Is just leaving your physical body and living in another way, using everything that you have, because you have this. Why do not use it? You know? And once you start using it, some people stop for a while and then they return, and then that's okay, because Reiki is there since the beginning. You were born with Reiki. That's the energy that connects you to the source. So you were born with it, you know? But there are some people like me that like to teach and never are connected with Reiki, right? So what I'm saying is that when I have clients and they start coming to me several times, it's not that I wanted to sell a course, you know. I almost wanted to open their eyes and say, listen, you have this inside of you. It's not a talent, it's not a gift, nothing. You have this. You only have to practice, because I have taught so many different people, you know, independently of their professions and races and sizes, you know, they all have Reiki. They all have known their Reiki effects and benefits with themselves, with the family, you know. And the distance healing is very important. It's very important for us that we are out of our country, you know, and we live with the problems and worried because something is happening there with our family, with friends. Listen, send Reiki. It's immediately. It goes there, it reaches the person, the situation. You can send Reiki to a situation, a past situation, a present one. You can do it, you know.
So basically Reiki is like a magic wand that will turn you into a Harry Potter.
Yes,
a magician. You can send it. You can also bless your food, because I know you do that, you know, to make sure that the vibrations of the food is high. And yeah,
I've cooked eggs that were they were not good, and I draw the symbols, and everyone is perfect, you know. So even in the traffic, every kind of situations, and I have another symbols, you know. I finished everything that you need to know about Reiki. So as I'm speaking with you, I'm sending you Reiki also, because it's daily basis, you know. I'm always doing this without anyone knowing, right?
Oh, I know that. I know that for sure, because the second I met you a year ago, I knew that, you know, it was just this angelic presence, and I can't even explain it. It's on another level,
And
and
I
I
sent it to you in our training at Karma Yoga. I sent it to you immediately. I remember that.
I really like, whenever I meet someone and we talk about Reiki, I always say, guys, you need to go and, you know, meet Xenia, because this is on another level. This is a person you would want to have in your life, because yeah. Well, guys, I don't know if there are any soldiers left in our Instagram live video. If you have any questions, this is the time to ask your questions, or if you're going to watch that this video later, you can drop us a question in the comments and we'll get back to you. For those of you who live in Dubai, we invite you to join us for energy workshop on prosperity and abundance. no matter what issue you have around that area, you will definitely see the results, because this is going to be a wonderful workshop where we're going to combine yoga, breath work, Reiki, and also Xenia will be bringing on her another amazing tool, which is Hebrew Pendulum. Do you mind telling a bit about Hebrew Pendulum? Because before you, again, I've never heard of that tool, so I'm fascinated by it.
This tool is difficult to explain, okay? I can only say that with this tool, I can work on the 7 electromagnetic fields that we all have, you know. I can detect far away the toxins and the diseases and the unbalancing issues that you are expected to have, you know. We can erase them. We can not block it, but erase it, definitely. It is a tool that, because of the Hebrew language, it has this strong and energetic intensity. And this pendulum works with the labels that goes deeper and deeper. So I combine with Reiki always. I've been a master and chief teacher of Hebrew Pendulum for almost 10 years. So it's, I used to say that it's an extension of my arms. You know, I can reach further and further and deeper and deeper, you know. In our workshop, in our training, I did each of you
Yes.
a short therapy with the pendulum. And I will use it on our workshop just to clean first the aura of each person, the space and the environment, you know. Yeah, I think it will be very interesting, very, very interesting.
Well, I'm definitely jealous of our participants, because I'm not going to be there, you know, lying on the floor, enjoying all the relaxing Reiki and Hebrew Pendulum, getting my aura and 7 dimensions cleansed, and inviting more and more prosperity and abundance into my life. I will be from, you know, on the other side. But yes, I'm sure we're going to have a lot of fun nevertheless. Again, we're inviting all of you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach us. Xenia, my dear guys, if you have any questions, this is the time to drop them, or maybe later. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to, you know, to be part of your first IG live. I think it went absolutely lovely, and I'm sure people would love. Yes, I'm telling you, people would definitely love to hear more from you, your stories. Because the way you talk about Reiki is just exactly, maybe I'm already hypnotized because I can feel Reiki energy that you've been sending all over me. Maybe I'm just, you know, so eager to, I can't wait for our workshop to happen so we practice together, because it's really, you know, it's just you pass that passion and love for Reiki to everyone around you. And yes, I truly recommend anyone, regardless of your profession, your occupation, regardless of your gender, just become a Reikian, because it's so beneficial for yourself, for your loved ones, for disturbances on the plane, if it's you know, a crying baby, if you need to fix your plans, traffic. Basically, it is a magic wand. So thank you so much. I'm so happy we did it, and I can't wait to see you very, very soon.
Thank you, Zara. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
See you.
Thank
Bye
you so
bye.
much.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.